Alright, what is up guys? I wanted to do another quick Zoids product video because some new things have been either released or announced, and I just kind of wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update. So first of all, this guy came out. We have the HMM Garantula, which I was actually very surprised to see that this was given to the HMM line of all things. But even more surprised that they are even adapting some of these old characters from the like pre 1983 line, like the really old primitive Zoids, and giving them a place in the lore. So this is extremely cool to see. This particular listing you're looking at right here is a pre-owned copy on AmiAmi because this was released through the Kotobukiya shop exclusive. I would be willing to bet that it will not be an exclusive there for long. Because if you remember, the Liger Zero Empire was that way as well, and got a wide release. I think it was the same thing with the Sturm Tyranno. So if you can get one used at this price, that doesn't seem too bad. But he's probably also really little. Maybe on par with the Rev Raptor in terms of size. That's probably a reasonable price for that. But don't overpay for this guy. The HMM Salamander is now available for pre-order, and funny enough, I have the video on the Hasbro Terramander ready to go in the render queue. I've had one for a while, but it's a heavily damaged copy with many missing pieces, but I finally decided to go ahead and do a video on it. I've been meaning to for a long time. It's been in the backlog. I finally decided to bang that out because this guy was announced, and I was really excited about it. So this guy's now available for pre-order. And boy, howdy, does he look great. There is not quite as much reimagining of the details as you would expect for an HMM. It's not like the Command Wolf where they like completely changed like a lot of the core design, but in terms of like enhancing what works about the original, wow, do they really nail it. Like I love all this back here. They've got the pilot as gold for some reason. All this going on with the weapons, so freaking cool. All the detail up here in the cockpit and around the nose, it's incredible. So this guy is awesome. He's going to be on the larger size, still smaller than like the Iron Kong and the Gojulus, but he's going to be a like pseudo Titan scale HMM. So really cool to see this guy's getting made. On the realized model kit side, we have a few new character-specific Zoids that were announced. So the Raven Geno was announced. This is also available for pre-order. So again, all that's different between this and the bog standard Geno is the purple details on the inside are now red. But I think that is a pretty attractive color scheme. And we have never had a reissue of the HMM Raven Genosaur because of what I assume is copyright issues. I've talked about that in other videos. So the RMZ line does have the rights to use the anime characters, and as I have talked about in my other two videos about the RMZ line, I think they're fantastic. I think they're extremely well made, but you kind of have to dedicate a portion of your collection to them because they're a different scale than your HMMs and your NJR motorized kits as well. So they kind of need like a dedicated shelf in your collection. But if you're just starting collecting Zoids from scratch, like maybe you are nostalgic about the anime from being a kid or whatever, and you don't have any model kits, I would highly recommend this line as how to get into it because they are cheaper and extremely high quality, and they're not super alienating to get into in terms of build complexity. I'm very curious to see how the extendo clothing is going to work on this guy too. On the same vein, we have the Irvine Command Wolf, and I can't recommend the RMZ Command Wolf enough. I think the standard one is awesome. I also love this rendition of the long range rifle. I think it is just really sexy, and it reminds me a lot of like, it almost reminds me of like a Halo or Destiny weapon with the way it's shaped. It just has this really sleek design, And I like the way that the long range rifle looks here more than I do on the HMM one, as a matter of fact. In terms of it's a kind of this midway point between what the original looked like and what the HMM version looked like. The crossover brand still continues, so the 40th anniversary crossovers are still a thing. This guy is available for pre-order along with a companion one. So they have the Geno Rex decoed to look like Ava Unit 1, which is pretty cool. And they also have one decoed to look like Ava Unit 2, you can see down here. Very, very cool. Have a Zoids and Evangelion crossover. I won't be picking this guy up. I'm not super. I mean, I'm a fan of Ava. I have an Ava Unit 1 model kit. You'll probably have seen it in my collection, but I am not that big of a fan of the Geno Rex personally. But this is super, super, super cool that they're making this. Next up, dog. Y'all can't be doing this to me, man. Oh my god. So, yeah, it is a Tomy store exclusive in Japan, but they are making an RMZ Blade Liger Mirage, and look at how sick this looks. Like, look at all of the molded in detail around the face and everything, and I'm sure it's not going to look quite like that fresh out of the box. They may expect you to do some panel lining and stuff, but this looks sexy. I just wish it had attack boosters, and maybe they'll release an RMZ scale attack boosters kit that can go with this. But this is going to be tough because this is going to be the same scale as the Revoltech Zoids, and the only Revoltech Zoid that I have is the Blade Liger Mirage. And while I don't love that as a kit, it is incredibly sentimental to me because it was sold to me by a friend who is no longer with us. So I will always cherish the Revoltech Blade Liger Mirage. But again, if you're a new collector, this is awesome. I don't know if I will be able to get my hands on this guy if he's a Tomy store exclusive, but I'll just wait and see. I'm not in a super rush to get my hands on this. So that was just a quick little video I wanted to make about some new products coming up. Very excited about these. I may pre-order the Raven Genosaur or something like that. And I'll see you guys next time.